Hey, hey,
Hey everyone.
we're live
Yay.
in upside down way again. People are banging on doors to get in. Just come on down. Let's see.
All right.
So we're gonna do some cards today.
We're going to do sketch cards. So I'm going to
All
show you
right.
how I do my sketch cards,
Alrighty.
right?
All right. I'm gonna go ahead
Can you
and
see
make you
okay
big.
or is it too bright?
Yeah. Let me see if I could make you bigger. You got. So Luke's gonna first show us how he does his sketch cards. So I'm
All
gonna go
right.
ahead and put him on
So,
the.
uh my sketch cards are sorry, it's everybody jumping in. So really what you need is a sketch card,
If
right?
you want to wait a little bit, and let a couple people, so we have
Yeah,
at least a couple
jump
of
in.
audience. Yeah, let's talk about how do you like the last our last session?
It was pretty fun. It was a
That
lot
was
of
pretty
fun.
fun.
Everybody
Yeah,
kind of showed up. It was good to have people jump in,
yeah,
right?
that was nice, right? Yeah,
Yeah, and that was kind of nice to have people, come in and out and the whole bit, right? So
yeah.
that's kind of cool, right?
We're gonna
Um,
have some maybe we'll have some kind of theme to draw on. I have no idea what I'm gonna draw, so you
yeah.
gonna tell me what to draw and I'll draw it.
So let me grab.
Oh, I love that card, by the way. I like mine. I like mine. Oh, that's not mine.
That's
That
not
doesn't
yours.
have non-man flag. That man does. It's
I have a whole
boring.
box full. My only problem is I can't ship any of these out until the postal strike's over.
Mm,
I'm assuming it's probably just after Christmas.
Who's the I'm another Iron Man? Who's that going to?
Let me see if I can readjust this.
Who did the Iron Man like me? Or I guess they're gonna claim that I did Iron Man like him.
This one was I can look it up. It's on my who had it? I have everything all on an Excel spreadsheet, right? So
Yeah.
give me a second here. Let me pull it up. Excel, which is C3 order for Loc. So, by the way, I had 19 commissions.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Okay, so what do we do? We got
That
let's see. We got Samurai Iron Man is Dale of Suspense.
they're of suspense.
So
Okay.
Dale got this, right? Uh this one is who's this one? This one is this one's MJ.
MJ. Okay.
MJ got this one.
Who's MJ?
Uh
Michael Jackson.
no,
Not Michael Jackson. Michael Jordan. Michael Jackson.
no. Who's MJ? Who's MJ? Who's MJ? I think he reached out to me earlier today. Let me see. MJ is MJ. Is it James Mack?
I don't know him.
He is. Hold on. He is MJ Comics.
Hey, Aaron. MJ is a new YouTuber. His group Fast Bigger channel. Aaron, you
Right?
coming up? By the way. Let me go ahead. How do I put a? How do I put up my copy?
Which one? Hey, Rad.
Yes. Um, Interviewer. Okay, cool.
So this one is Ben Riley's Spider Man,
Ben
and that is
Riley.
for
Yeah.
MJ, right?
Right.
That's MJ Comics,
Uh,
right? Let me pull the other ones. So
Aaron, you're welcome to come up.
the Storm is
Stone.
who's Storm? Storm is John's comic with kids.
Oh, John's kids. Okay,
Yeah.
John's comic with the kids. Yeah,
Rom
I know the gentleman.
Rom is let me think. Who's Rom? Who's got Rom? Rom is still own 35.
Okay.
Still 35 bought a lot. Dread is still.
All right, Aaron. Be that way.
This one
Cat.
this is for K-pop. No, not
Hey,
Papa Wheelie that you told
Papa
me.
Wale. Papa
Yeah, you
Wale.
bought that for him. That's nice of you. Uh,
Yeah,
Emma Frost.
I forgot. I will Papa Catwoman too. By the way.
That is
Oh, you know
Catwoman.
what? You know what? Yeah,
Yeah,
I will Papa Wale Catwoman. So maybe I'll do Catwoman
that's
today.
the Catwoman you told me to send to him that you made purchase on,
Oh, okay.
right? This is for
Good, good.
C3,
So I
right?
don't have to do one then.
You don't have to do one,
Today.
right? That's what you told me,
Uh-huh.
right? Let's see. Yeah, so you got the Catwoman, yeah, for that.
Hey,
This
Kenneth, how
one,
are you?
Emma Frost is Chris
Emma Frost,
Cooper,
Krista.
Chris Cobell, Chris.
Okay,
That's
good.
going to Chris.
So many names.
Ahsoka
Ahsoka.
is going to who's it? Who's Ahsoka going to? Ahsoka is going to let's see. Ahsoka is going Tyler's wife.
Okay, cool.
This one that's Death. That is going to I think that's still 35. Still only 35.
Oh, okay. Still 35. Still 35 cents.
Captain Britain, I believe, is still going to still 35, I believe.
Again, okay.
Yeah, he bought all. He commissioned a lot. Doc Alfra, that is going to Trev.
Trev, okay, cool.
This one is Gambit and Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to Zarzi. Zarzi.
Dollars, okay. That's going
Zarzi.
all the way to Australia.
Yeah. So then all the sketch covers that I've done are all in here.
Oh, yeah.
There's gonna go with
There's
them.
mine.
That's
There's
yours right
mine.
there.
Yeah,
Right.
there's mine right
This
there.
one is for CJ. You want me to show you?
Sure.
Oop, let me put this aside before everything falls apart. I don't want it damaged. So this one is CJ in there? Okay, CJ's not here.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
I threw that in the back for him.
She's like, I don't know about this.
Right? So
I
he's
don't
got the.
know.
Then she's like,
I,
huh.
I don't know if I don't know if I want to be able taking a bath with the CJ.
So,
That's why CJ don't show his face.
yeah.
He want to show his hands.
Well, I mean, look. I mean, there's the sketch card for him, right?
Yeah.
There it is, right?
Nice
So,
boobs.
see,
Nice boobs.
something's ready to pop.
Hey, there's a red. There's Aaron. There's Aaron. How are you, Aaron?
Hello.
There's K-pop. Let me go ahead and
Does K-pop want to jump in?
K-pop. K-pop. I'm sure she would if she's not tired.
I know
She
she's
just did
not,
the
she's been on the run like crazy.
yeah.
So
K-pop,
everything will.
you're welcome to join us.
My
K-pop.
camera's really bad. I'm using my cheap
Oh,
laptop.
no worries, buddy. No worries. All right.
It's too bad. I cannot name my second camera so you guys can see. I say, I'm a Korean CJ. I'm a Korean CJ. Ah! Hey, how are you?
Okay, so
Zazel?
just letting everybody know
I know K-pop.
who got everything from Comic Cure and Cancer. Everything's done. I
Cool.
cannot ship any of this stuff out until the postal strike is over.
Okay.
Uh, FedEx and UPS are not taking anything new until after Christmas. So none of this stuff is going to leave.
Uh-huh.
So just an FYI for everybody waiting for this stuff. All the stuff is done. If you
Chop.
want to see any of this stuff, just head over to my Instagram or just direct message me, and I have everything all scanned and photographed. So that's ready to go.
Hey, nostalgia
Okay.
publish.
So that this all will leave, all 19,
You know,
all
I'm
19
gonna
items, right?
yeah.
So, all right. So that's what we're doing. Okay. So today,
Let me go ahead and show since you let me show you all the things I did
oh
before
yeah,
I had
perfect.
my
Yeah, yeah.
shop.
Make yourself big.
Yeah,
Make yourself big
yeah,
before we start doing sketch cards.
yeah. Let me see. So this is this is for Popa. No.
Thanks, K-pop.
Pokenjo, uh, Pokenjo. That's supposed to be
Okay. Yeah.
Pokenjo. Is
Yeah. It
there
looks good.
resemblance to Pokenjo?
Working in his lab.
Yeah. I think that's for. I may redo this one. It's Zars. Maybe I'll redo this one
Okay.
for Australia.
Australian.
Yeah. This is I think this one goes to
Oh, is that
I forgot
Mall?
the I forgot the kid's name.
Oh, Reno. Siren.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big
And,
Wildcats fan.
yeah. This going to oh this is going to comic vet
Chris. Yeah.
Yeah,
Chris
Chris.
because he showed off his tattoo and I said
That's a
okay that's
really good one, Naman.
I like
That's a
that.
really good one.
yeah.
I like that.
Then next guy came over was Brian, and Brian said, "Hey, I want a Spider Man." I said, "You want a Spider Man? I already drawn Spider Man." So I say, "Okay." I just I
The
just
same one.
draw the Chris's tattoo. So Brian gets the Chris tattoo.
Yeah, I like that too.
This is for Big Cat. I think he want me to redraw this. Uh, I guess that's not a
Thundercats.
Lionel.
yeah. Yeah, BLC. Hey, there's a still only 35 cents. Oh, you see, hey, still only. I mean, you saw your
Oh yeah,
creation.
he's seen all of it. Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah.
All right. Oh, this is going to who? This is going to who?
I'm assuming that's going to still also because he likes Judge Dredd.
Yeah, this is still only 35 cents. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's really good too.
Yeah.
yeah. This going to Digger Gem. 2 years late. Uh, let's see. This one going to the
Oh, is it Mon or
comic Viking.
Comic Viking? Yeah.
Yeah, he said he was gentle Viking. So I said, okay, all right.
AJ.
Oh, okay, cool. And this going to Digger. No, Diggy, Iggy. Yeah, no. Black gentleman.
Big Jigs.
Huh?
Jigs.
Jigs. Yeah, Jigs. Yeah. I don't know where I don't know where this going. Someone who likes.
Oh,
I don't know who was
Bunny.
that was. I don't know who that was. I don't know who that one is either.
Punisher.
You guys know who this is, right?
The Big Bad Wolf. Red Riding Hood, Big Bad Wolf.
Wait,
I don't know
what is he drinking
who.
out of? What is it? What is he drinking out of?
A coffee cup.
Yeah, but there's a
Uh,
face on there. Trying to
yeah, I'm
remember.
trying to.
Yeah,
Who is that?
Choppy Chop.
Couple comic.
Cup of Comics. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know who's this going to.
Somebody wanted Wonder Woman. I
Uh,
forgot. It got to
and
go
uh,
back on when you
and
review.
you helped me with this one
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I don't know who that goes to either. So, anyway, I have to figure out where it goes. I think I'm gonna redo the. I like to redo this one a little bit better. It's going all the way to Australia, so
Yep.
yeah. So I like to do that a little bit better.
Oh, it could be for Vogue.
Huh?
Well, Vogue's like
Vogue.
some Rogue
Rogue. Was it
Well,
Vogue? that liked Rogue?
George.
or Batman.
Yeah.
Zars, he likes X-Men.
I did one for West Bank. I did. Which one is it? Which one is West Flags?
It
Which
could
one's
be the
West Flags?
Thundercat. I think.
No, that's for BLC.
Oh,
Thundercats
is
for
it?
BLC.
Maybe the
What's that?
girl.
Maybe the girl. Maybe he asked for girl.
I'm trying to remember.
I don't know who's she. Who is she?
I forget.
Uh,
Yeah, I gotta go over
Um,
your videos.
there's a couple characters she could be. Bad Bunny, like there's a Bad
Bad Bunny.
Bunny
I think it's a Bad Bunny. I think it was Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
comic that's made by that Spider-Man booth's owner.
I don't remember. I gotta go through watching 407 Insomnia. Well, do it right now, K-pop, right now. All right, I'm gonna go back to.
I'm assuming I can't even. My picture's not even showing up. Dang, that camera's horrible. It's not even
There you
showing.
go. Oh, that's cool.
I was
You're
working
still
on.
working on the original character stuff, right? Is that a
This-
secondary one?
This is for Australia Drink and Draw in the morning.
Oh,
and,
really?
Their subject is Polaris.
your pencil is really you. I mean, it's a night and day from your previous year.
Yeah. That looks
Who's
great.
Rip?
Yeah, I thought Polaris is kind of funny because like I could color her hair red and she'd be Scarlet Witch.
Right.
I could color
Yeah.
her hair yellow, she'd be Enchantress. If I color it green, she's Polaris. It's like all the same suit design.
Is that a Scarlet Witch? Cool.
Yeah, Polaris has this weird little thing right in the middle, but it's kind of like Magneto. She kind of wears like a Magneto helmet because she's Magneto's daughter, you know.
Right.
Same power set.
What's up, Caribbean Hideout? How are you? You Caribbean. All right. All right. All right. You're it. Look.
All right.
So tell us what we're gonna do.
Okay, so just for anybody who's just jumping in right now, just a reminder that all the commissions are done, all 19 of them, which is I don't know why I did it. For everybody who's waiting for their comic Curing Cancer, the only one left is the X-Men sketch cover from Dave, which is still only 35, and so it's probably stuck in the mail. There is a Canada Post strike up here, and FedEx and UPS are not taking any more stuff till after the holiday. So just an FYI. So all the sketch covers are done. Just reminder, everybody, all the sketch covers are done. Everything's here. Everything's been pressed. Everything comes with a CG forms, a certificate of authenticity, and pretty much everything's all flat. So I have to wait till after the holiday to be all shipped out, and we're all good. And yeah, so just an FYI.
Look, I will do a giant community post about it. Okay.
Yeah, I'll post a bunch of stuff up too. If anybody want to see any of their stuff, just reach out to me on Instagram, and I have everything all scanned and photographed. You can go through my Instagram, you'll see most of them. But if you guys want to see them closely or something, and I can DM you guys for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
everybody, let's pray that they win the protest.
Yeah.
The-
So yeah. All right. So what we're gonna do tonight is we're gonna do a bunch of sketch cards. Okay. So we'll go through some sketch cards. So we'll just go through some stuff that like if you get a sketch card from Marvel or DC or any other sketch card stuff, usually they got these fine details and stuff like that. They like they're a lot of work. So I cheat a little bit. So my principle for any sketch card is try to get mostly profile if you can. If you try to go full figure, it's a lot like you have a lot less space to work with, and it's a lot more work.
right.
Right. So that's just an FYI. So to make a really good sketch card, right, is to pretty much like try to figure out, like, as if you're doing a comic book panel, something very interesting. If it's like two characters, they would be doing something. If it's one character, something like this would be like staring at the cameras or pointing at the camera or doing some sort of action kind of stuff that simulates. So that's what makes a good sketch card. A lot of the time, you don't really have to put a lot of like background detail. It's just the effects, right?
But by the way,
Yep.
regarding Dave's stuff, all the stuff you're gonna send to Australia, are you gonna
Yep.
send it to one place or?
So the way it works is I'm supposed to send it to Rob Fatstack.
Okay, and he
So
was
every package, basically every one of these will be bundled together in something, and it'll label for who it is it's supposed to go to. Then Rob's gonna mail it out and all the other stuff, right?
I'm gonna send mine to. I'm gonna say on my to what's his name? Simple Simon.
Okay.
And then Simple Simon is gonna relay the things out to 35 cents and the
Yeah,
jar.
exactly. So they're gonna bundle them all together for all that, so they save on the shipping costs. So ideally, we're supposed to put these, like, for example, these, like, a stack of them together, and I'm gonna put some because mine's all bagged, so I'm gonna put masking tape around them and bubble wrap, and this will say this is still for 35. This is for Trevor's wife. This is for all the covers and everything attached to it. So that's how that's supposed to go. Then what happens is when he opens up the box, he just takes the bundle with the person's name and they'll add to it, or whatever it is, and or he'll rip off the stuff, right? So that's the idea for a lot of these. Okay, so that's what's happening. So all the cards are done, all the commissions are done. So Rob will Rob's going to hand it all out in a whole bit for you guys. So just an FYI for next year, they're asking me to do a original piece, like a large 11 by 17. So I'm going to do that for the, so I'll mail that in. I'm hoping to do something really nice, full on painting and all that stuff. So that's up for auction and that'll be part of the book, I think. Right. So anyways, so yeah, so if you are drawing for a sketch card and all that stuff, you remember that your sketch card is about 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. So that's the standard card size. Okay. So most cards are pretty thin. They are, I believe they use 14-point cardstock. So I'm just going to show you guys. So this is a official Spider-Man that's going to be released on the 27th.
Wow, nice.
Right? So this is all painted on with acrylic and pen and all the other stuff. So you can actually see. So that's how much, right? So you try to get as much detail as you can in this. So it's one of those things where if you're drawing a sketch card, that's the tip is you're drawing a sketch card. The way I approach this is if I draw something that I want to collect. Okay. So that's the idea. So every one of these is, again, you're looking at like mine's full color, of course, but it's just coming up with interesting pose. Okay. So that's the thing with the sketch card. If you try to do a full figure, it's a lot tighter space to try to do. It's really complicated. It's really hard. And you're going to be sitting there like trying to draw in this area here. And it's really, really tight. So that's what you run into, right? So what I do is normally it's always profile of some sort, right? And you can get away with it by doing the claw that's in the way. That's my little secret is you don't have to worry about anatomy for shortening and stuff like that. Things are like in the way and it gives it that little bit more of a neat look, right?
Yep. You could hide it into the corner.
You can hide it in the corner. You can do
Yeah.
things where like, I'm just doing something like this, right? So he's just, finger pointing or something very interesting. Everybody always gravitates towards face. Okay.
Right.
So the face is what makes
That's the shine.
the profile a little bit better, right? So that's kind of neat. You can tell who it is by giving it enough. So that's really what that is, right? On a sketch card. You can go full paint or you can go ink, you can go pencil, you can do whatever it is today. Okay. So what I'm gonna do today is I made the sketch card myself. If anybody out there who want to make their own, I'll tell you what I do. So if you guys are interested, I go to vistaprint.com or .ca or .uk or and what I do is I order 4x6 postcards. These are postcards that I design a back and the front on the same side. And it's about 3 inches by 3 inches, but I also put in crop markers for myself later on that I can cut smaller. Okay. So what I do with these is I take, here we go. So I cut them in half. So I cut them down the middle. They're not perfect, but here we go. So I cut down in the middle and I use a glue stick and I glue them together, right? The reason I do that is the cardstock itself, when you glue them together, they become thicker, but they also, if you use alcohol markers or anything like that, when you really like put a lot of markers or paint on it, it doesn't seep through. It only seeps through the first card.
And that way on the second card, you can put your own personal label.
You can put your own label. You can put whatever you want to do. And also because it gives it a really like hard cardstock, right? So I literally would sandwich it together. And at the end of it, it's actually a thick card. So it's actually 2 pieces of card. So if you guys seen, there's these business cards called painted edge. They're painted edge cards, right? They're actually business cards that are painted edge. You can go to your local printer, but they cost a lot because what they do is they, they laminate 2 pieces together and they paint the edge, right? Like a sketch card like this, right? So this will probably cost you on average about $1 a piece to have it like done, unless you order like 10,000 or something like that, which is ridiculous. But if you go to Vistaprint and do this, you can get about 500 cards for like $35 US or so, right? And you can just cut it down the middle, get yourself a glue stick. So that's how I make my own card, right? With my own custom brand and stuff. And also because if you paint on it, they become really because you got 2 cardstock, they don't curl as much. What I do with these is because when I paint acrylic on it, they tend to curl. So I just literally put this under a t-shirt press for like 10 seconds. then I put a lot of books on it because the acrylic that's on here is a plastic and it tends to curl the card. So when you put it under heat press, or you take a hair dryer and you heat it up a little bit and you stick it between a book for a while, let it sit for overnight, they stay like this because the plastic will harden like that. So that's my little technique that I've been doing. That's how I do it with the sketch covers too. So for all my sketch covers, if you notice when I work on it for the very first time, when I use paint and stuff, they tend to curl. See that? Then I literally would put this under a t-shirt press for like 30 seconds and I put a book on it. And because the acrylic paint, it's a plastic, it starts to hard and it stays flat. Okay, so that's my little technique. Okay,
Cool.
so that's the technical part. That's how you create your own cards. So if you want to create your own set of cards, this is a good idea, right? So, okay. So now that we created our own cards, so what I'm going to do is we're going to do a sketch card. So for me, I just use like a little cutting board like this that I found at the Dollar Tree, right? And I put my card down and I use tape because for me, I like to tape my stuff down because I like to use paint and other stuff. So I'm going to tape this down. So we figured out what we're going to draw, guys. Any suggestions?
No, you tell us. You tell us. You're the boss.
No, I mean, it's up to you guys. You can draw whatever you want. Anybody want to see anything in the chat there? Something fun?
What are you're gonna show some cards you had, Norrin? Man?
I can.
Yeah, go ahead, show
Yeah,
us.
you got some cards you worked on?
Yeah, I did these on Spilled Inktober.
Oh, that's cool.
So I did like 30 or 40 of them. I got a Speedball, Conan.
Oh, Conan, that's cool.
Archangel.
Oh, Archangel.
Ghost
Ghost
Rider.
Rider. Oh, I like that one. Hold that up a little bit longer. Bring back Ghost Rider. Wow. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I really like the way you did the flames.
Let's see if I can do it like this.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Is that, what's his name from Creepshow?
Yeah, the Crypt Keeper.
Oh, the Crypt Keeper, yeah.
That's
oh, yeah.
Jason. And Cthulhu.
Yeah. I don't like doing a landscape for some reason. Landscapes always throws me off sometimes.
Ooh,
Yeah, they're
look at that.
hard. Doctor Doom.
Oh, yeah.
Constantine.
John Constantine. Dr. Alfra.
Dr. Afra.
Oh,
Violator.
Violator, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Kirby.
Oh, Sin City. What's her name there?
Yeah.
By the way, Kirby.
Salem's Lot.
Everybody's welcome to come on up.
Oh, the Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing.
Those are always fun.
Also,
Oh, yeah.
also,
My favorite.
please go give a love
Mr.
to
Freeze.
Loc Nguyen's channel, please. Give some love to Loc Nguyen's channel.
I'm okay. Just random stuff. Oh, yeah. That's cool. Penguin.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's from the show Twin Peaks.
Yeah. Is that all painted?
Paint, marker, color
And the
pencil.
horse. Yeah, mixed
ink,
media. The crow. The gunslinger.
Gunslinger. Oh, getting a kink in my neck.
Yeah. Gambit.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Blade. Yeah. Gene Simmons.
No problem, Kirby.
That's
Oh yeah, maximum overdrive.
maximum overdrive. Yeah.
Ooh, more boobs.
Elvira,
More
Elvira.
boobs. Ooh, I like that.
That's all.
All right.
Nice.
All right. Let's do some more creating today.
Let's create some stuff. What are we doing? We doing
All right.
Magneto. Oh, that seems like fun. No?
Hmm?
Magneto.
Magneto. Magneto.
Magneto.
Magneto.
Magneto.
All right.
right.
So we're doing
Some
Magneto.
villains.
Magneto.
All right.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
So I'm going to do some quick layouts so you guys can see how I think. Camera.
I'm gonna,
Focus.
I'm gonna do a little thumbnail.
Yep. Camera's not
So
focusing.
Magneto.
There we go. All right. So typical Magneto will be we are just basically doing shapes, right? Like remember? So a lot of the time if you do straight ahead something like this becomes Mandalorian, but if you're doing something like that, it's kind of boring. But if you decide to, let's say, I don't know, if you do his hand where he's, let's say, so he's doing something like this.
Magneto, he like to do his hands.
That's right. So you would, to do hands, like for a lot of the times, is you start with, you know, the pads. Then you kind of, if you want 1, 2, 3, 4, and you kind of,
Then you gotta.
so that's what you're doing. That's for the hand, right? Focus. Cameras. So ideally you want to do, so Magneto, I think the 90s X-Men, so I like doing something where the body's always turning sideways. Okay. And the head is like that. So the body's turning sideways. That gives it more of a better, like, it's more dynamic kind of looking, right?
Yep.
Right? A lot of the other option too is you can just give Magneto, like he does the
What
fist thing.
what I like to do is take a just a square frame
Yep.
and rotate it a little bit.
Yep.
And then so basically the person is lying there like this, right? But so anyway, let's see if I could even. I have things in my head, but I don't know if I can do it.
That's why when you do a thumbnail, right?
Yeah.
I really do a quick
Oh,
layout. Let me see if I keep my
I didn't
hands
know.
here.
I didn't know if I don't know if maybe that was a pretty bad thumbnail, but it was a thumbnail. Let me see if
Yeah.
I could. Let me see if I could. I'll go ahead and show you my shitty shit here. So this is, if you see it, there's a thumbnail in there.
Right. Yeah. So
Hands are right there. Hands
yeah.
are right there, and and maybe I should make it a little more, make it more 45 degrees. But anyways,
So if you
I did mine standing. Oop, can you see it? He's
Yep.
standing sideways.
standing
like,
sideways, yeah, that
holding
always
his-
works. That
holding
always
his
works,
hand
right?
out.
Yeah. So like, no, I mean, if you're drawing hands, you remember just the hand consists of this little, like if you want to point it towards a person, draw this little triangle thing and just draw your 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
Yeah.
If your thumb is this that comes out, right? So you can do, this is your hand.
Yeah.
Right? Then your finger is basically, you're just connecting each one. They become this like, so that's what the hand looks like when you're doing that. So this little finger becomes like this weird little,
yeah. I let me see if I
right?
could.
And that's how you draw. Then you can go back from there, right? Then if you give the character, so now you're looking at, so I'm drawing it backwards. So this part of the muscle is this pec that's connected here, right? Then you have all these little, so that's what you're looking at, right? Then the head is right here. So you want him to be looking at you. So either draw a T or something like a V almost. That's your center of the head, right? Because his helmet's right here. Right? Then you can go in and,
there's my hand right there.
right? Yeah. So, again, it's this portion here.
Yeah.
His elbow is down here, of course, because that's how the hand works.
Yeah.
Right? Then you can, like that. The other option too you can go into is if you want to do what Jim Lee does is so it's almost like a tube. So that's
Well, you could
right?
Let's see. Let me see if I could do that.
So that's how you draw the same thing. So he's doing this with his elbow. Right? So he's doing that, right? Or a fist. If you want to do a fist, you can. Close off the thumb, right? So that's pretty much when you're doing a set of layouts, right? They're quick, they're dirty, so you can actually see what it looked like, right? What are you going to do? So a lot of the time, if you look carefully on a lot of my cards, things are in the way, right? So that gives it depth, right? Something in the foreground, midground, and a background. The background could be very light, like that, right? Just the hand being in front just gives it a little bit more. You don't have to show a lot, but it's just a lot of the focus. And I use color to focus you into that space that you need, right? So then, you can do things like particle spray, like a little brush and stuff like that. So we'll do that. And, I draw little particles as if things are floating in the air, right? Just in front.
Particle. Yeah, particle.
Right?
Yeah, particle.
So that gives it more of a, there's something's happening, but you don't know what it is. The particles themselves is pretty much like a show of power, right? It's one of those things where you know there's something happening, but you don't know what it is, right? There's always something, right? All right. So we got to pose. So I'm going to go in. So because my card is oversized, let's see. Maybe I can, there we go, dim down the light a little bit. So you guys can see. I'm hoping you guys can see. I'll bring it up. Okay. So my card is a little bit of an oversize. So I'll do the hand the other way. So this will be in my frame. So I'm basically drawing the knuckles. So Magneto, I think I should move his helmet a little further out. So he's got this. So we're doing 90s Magneto, I'm assuming?
I don't know. I'm just doing Magneto.
Okay.
I don't know
Well,
what
the
the
90s
Magneto.
ones, I remember he's got this like metal shape. I think Jim Lee has these little, what do you call it? Anybody want to jump in? You're welcome to jump in, guys. Join along. Grab a pencil. So I'll refine this a little bit afterwards, but
Yeah, I'm just working out how I want to do the Kirby crackle and the effects on my rough before I do it on my good one.
the best effect is always having, like, if you have elements that kind of floats in front of him. You know what I mean? So it looks like pieces of stuff. So now you're drawing elements as if they are.
That's what I get so far.
So now you have, right? So we're just gonna do something like this, right? Then
That looks good. Yeah.
right. So you want something in front, so it looks like he's
Add more depth.
crumpling something, right? So it'll be like that, right? So the more you exaggerate a lot of the like if you do the helmet, I'm gonna do the helmet as if it's Mandalorian kind of style. Just don't like the eyes.
I don't know if I want to add eyes.
You can actually, if you want, just show one side.
Put a power blast coming out.
Yeah. Because everything's kind of like he's under the helmet, right? Unless you want to remove the helmet and just do it without the helmet.
kind of looks like Cyclops when I did both eyes.
If you want to make him look evil, point the helmet as if you're doing an expression, right? Point the helmet down. Never do it without the helmet, right, Jay? Just jump on, Jay. It'll be fun. I want to see your take. Jay does this 52 weeks of sketch cover. You're almost done, right, Jay? That is one hell of a task.
One sketch cover a week.
Yeah, he's us Canadians are a little unstable sometimes, and I think that's where he he lives out in the middle of nowhere, I think, or something like that.
You saying Canadians are crazy? Is that what you're saying?
Canadians are a little, like the we're a little off our kilter. Like 19 commissions for C3. Yeah, only a few weeks left. 3 weeks left. Holy crap, dude.
Dang, I like the power coming out of his eyes, but I can't decide how I want to do it.
So
maybe I just won't.
Way when Google Plus was a thing, back in the days, like 5-6 years ago, I start buying Copic markers, and I start doing a sketch card a day for like a whole year, and I forget how many years I went into. So that way, what I did was, the reason why I like using sketch cards is that when you are playing with like Copic markers and stuff, they're really expensive. So you want to use as little as possible. So I ended up, the reason for it is it gives me the opportunity to actually work on things like how to do effects, how to do blending, how to do, all these little things, right? So that's why I like doing the sketch card. It's a very tight space, but it gives you that little bit more play, as in, like, you kind of come up with, they're almost standard poses, and you can punch these out really quick, right, Nauman? So when you're so next year when you take over somebody's table,
cash only.
Right? When you take over somebody's table, you you got to do like quick headshots, right? So, yeah. All right. So I have my base outline, right? I can go in and, you can just start rendering like the knuckles and other elements that you might want to use. Okay. Then I go in with a micron or something similar. You know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to crack something. What did I do? Let's get some of the finer. I think it's some sort of. I thought when I saw the Magneto helmet thing, I thought that was the Rebel, the symbol for the Rebel.
Yeah, it does. Look like
the Star Wars one.
Yeah, I'm looking at references. I'm seeing it done like lots of different ways.
Yeah.
I think whoever maybe did that one was definitely Star Wars influenced.
I think Jim Lee was the one that did it. I think.
Mm.
Okay. So next is I use a micron for this part. This is where I just quickly do like, what do you call it? I do my little outlines, like as if I'm coloring with a like a coloring book kind of thing. So I don't put a lot of emphasis on line thickness because afterwards I go in with a brush pen or any brush, and I do that afterwards. I do all the line thickness and all the other stuff. So right now is for me, it's just basically getting what I need to get, like just the face of the characters and.
What pen should I use? David Finch had a good episode this week.
Oh, didn't he?
He had
Bart Sears, right?
yeah,
Did he do
Bart
a thing with Bart
Sears.
Sears?
Yeah.
I have his book. Have you seen any of his stuff?
Oh yeah, I used to love his lessons he had in Wizard.
Back in the 90s, I had his from Image Comic, I believe. Let me see if I can find it.
I'm sure I got a ton of comics with him. Yeah, he has a really different way of how he does his characters. He's all about that undertone, like building up from underneath.
Yeah, I have it somewhere. I just don't remember where I put it. But I love his. That's how I copy a lot of his stuff. Is like these massive muscle guys. Then I found out later that I can pick up muscle magazines.
Yeah.
And look at those, because those guys are like nuts with the.
He was a teacher in a Kubert school for a while.
Yeah. I wanted to go there.
Oh yeah, I have Ohu. I have Ohu too. I need to learn how to use it one of these days. But anyway, here's mine. There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cheat. Okay. You know what? I'll do this. I am gonna do underdrawing, but I'm gonna use a ink in both of them, but gray ink and the black ink. That's what I'll do.
I'm gonna put Kirby crackle like all over his hands, and then I'm gonna use whiteout and just draw rings around it for the magnetism.
I use the white Posca or anything acrylic that will do the trick too.
Yeah.
Thanks. Let's see. I'm gonna use the. This is my underdrawing. I'm gonna do a little different hand pose. I'm gonna actually do the hand pose. Yeah.
It's been kind of a bad news December for me.
Why?
I found out my best friend that I've grown up with and I still work with now at my job, and he's also my landlord. And he's basically like my brother.
Yeah.
He got lung cancer.
Oh, I'm
Oh
so
man,
sorry.
does he smoke?
Yeah, he's a smoker.
Yeah, I'm sorry to
Bummer.
hear that.
He's been in the hospital all week. I'm having to cover all his shifts.
Man,
Praying for him.
sure, man. That really sucks.
Hit him really fast.
Huh?
A lot of the time, it's out of nowhere. Yeah.
He's 42.
Jeez. It's gonna suck. I'm hoping it's not like it's early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's because if it's pretty late, then it's the chemo and all the other stuff. But if it's early, they can just cut that out real quick. And it has to do is come back after a couple of years to monitor and make sure it doesn't grow again, just in case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just that. Yeah, I had some people I know. That's why I had no problem doing the comic for curing cancer kind of stuff. Okay, so I just got the basic.
You guys know? I don't know her, but
Jen, I heard
Jen.
about
yeah,
Jen. Yeah.
yeah.
That's sad.
I did a video on her because what's his name? Bueller was encouraging people to make a video about it, and
Oh, it's really close. Bueller's very close. Oh man,
yeah, yeah.
that really.
Bueller, Sleepy Reader, all these guys, they were all grieving with.
Yeah, they lived right close to her.
So here's my micron. So I'm not worried about the line being round and all that stuff. I'm gonna go over it with the brush pen forward. So this is how I go about doing my bit, right? So, you want to do color? Do you want to do ink wash? Do you guys want to?
I'll color mine.
You can color yours? Okay. So, one of my technique for coloring is let's figure out what light and other stuff. So I have a bucket full of let's see, alcohol markers and stuff. If you guys, this is my alcohol marker set A, and there you go. Then I have skin tones, and so I do a lot with the alcohol markers. So I got skin tones, I got gray. I use a lot of the grays and stuff. So you remember, because these are the alcohol markers are pretty much paint, right? It's just paint, so you're allowed to mix it. So just be aware if you're mixing colors and stuff like that. Yeah, but the thing with the alcohol markers is they tend to bleed all over the place. So that's one thing, right? So you have those, right? So all we do is just pick some colors. But before we pick some colors, let's do some, what is this, Genie, what are these? Let's call our, I'm going to look up the correct paper, the correct Genie Flash. So what I do is, depending on the markers, so I have these things called Genie Flash markers. So I write on my swatch what they are, so at least I know, right? So what I do is I went to Adobe Illustrator and I created a bunch of these little square boxes, and I write a number underneath it, and I print it on a 14-inch white cardstock. 14-pound white cardstock. It's pretty much close to what I'm doing, so I made myself a swatch. So if I'm using these color art, so that's what I have here, right? Most of my markers are they're brush markers, so the tip is pretty soft. I like using them, except for this. This is a chisel, and on the other side is brush. There you go. Okay, so that's my thing. Most of these you can find on Amazon. I believe you can get them for like get a bag of like the hell 160 something for like $40, right? Make sure when you do search for them, just search for brush markers, right? So brush alcohol markers. So this is the format I like using, but I also do, like, if you guys want a watercolor, here's another one. So this is like a $20 Amazon watercolor marker set. So you got a fine liner on one end. I think it's a 0.2, 0.3. And the other end is brush. So like that, right? It's watercolor. So, you know, you can use watercolor itself. It's probably a lot cheaper than buying these markers. But I kind of like the markers because it's less to clean up after. Right? So those are the kind of things. That's why I like doing sketch cards. Is sketch cards themselves are small. If you make a mistake, just pop the card and do another one, right? That's really what that is, right? Then, all right. So I have my swatch. So I'll put that in front of me, right up here. Then I'm gonna pick some colors. So let's make him in some sort of scene or something like that. So that's the next thing, right? Is figure out where's the light coming from, you know, what's he doing in the whole bit, right? So, gray. background. So I'm just gonna grab a swatch. That's too dark. All right. So that's a nice. So I start light and I go dark. Just FYI. Right?
Always
So
a good rule.
yeah, it's easier to like you go if I go with this pink and I go over the same pink again, it gets darker. Okay, so that's a good technique. Like anything, you can blend colors. So if I can blend this blue with this pink, but you got to be quick in if you're doing alcohol, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be quick. So you have to have at least two going back and forth. Okay, so let me put this. What kind of background do we want to use? Because a lot of it, he's more purple, right? So let's do some. What's a good background? Because he's going to be purple. So a lot of purple. Maybe we'll do some green, some lightning, some blue, some dark blues in the back, I guess. Do some dark blues, I guess. That's where the color wheel comes in.
Red, maybe? Or, sorry, green might be best. Green or black?
More like an orange, actually. Violet and green, right? So if I do more of a violet, it'll be like a yellow orange, but this is more complementary than anything else. If you go with like there, violet and yellow.
I know on mine mostly it's going to be red.
Right. Yeah, he's more of a red, but again, it's red and green. But I don't think you want a green background. You want, I think, more of a because you want more of like lightning and stuff. Maybe a yellow background, right? So let's go light. So I'm gonna pick the lightest color I have. It's according to my chart. It's 163, and where's my 163 color chart? Genie Flush. Did I grab the wrong one? 163. So, you like that? See that? 163, and it comes across as, for my naked eyes, it's green, but it's really there. See? That's why you write the number down and you do it on a piece of paper, right? So let's do, yeah. So I'm going to cover as much as I can of the black. And I'm going to go a little bit on the inside edge of the character because I want it as if it's so I'm just going to quickly cover the background. I'll deal with the interior. Give him a little bit green around the neck, around the edge. Something like that. Because we're going with a light color. So I'm going to put this aside real quick. Then I'm going to go with a darker yellow of some sort. But the issue with the yellow.
Mine just died. Oh, I hate that.
Yeah. And that sucked.
It does.
Especially when we're in the middle of this is a little darker than I needed to.
I might have to change
So
the
I'm
color.
doing this as an effect.
This is like a muddy yellow. That's weird.
It's a little muddy, yeah. So I'm doing this around the edge. So what I'm doing is I'm not concerned about this, about 1/4 of an inch into my drawing. So just this is what I'm looking at. So about 1/4 inch in here, this is going to be cropped, right? For me, that's why I tape the paper so I can. So I'm just using the brush to do this.
What I'm gonna do.
If you want, you can just literally, do the flash action lines, but control your brush. Yellow seems to be a little bit more muddy.
I'm gonna do something here.
So a lot of this is, again, you guys, if you guys are wanting to follow along later or something like that, tip is just to,
That's what I got so far.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. See, that looks cool. That looks cool, right?
Wow, nice.
Okay. You got a little bit of the yellow. Gonna leave these guys aside.
That looks straight up yellow, and it says
Yeah.
it came out green.
Yeah, that's why I have a swatch, like just another card, so you can actually swipe right away.
Yeah.
So you don't, yeah. I know the feeling.
I'll show you my set. It's messy. Maybe that's showing.
Yeah. I started out like that. Then I found these little case for my stuff, and it made it a lot easier. But now I have it under. You can get boxes and bags and stuff. I just reorganize it. That's all I do. Okay, so we're gonna start light. I was like, what? He's pink. Yeah, well.
I think I got 400 alcohol markers.
Man, isn't that the?
I just throw it in a box. I don't. I just look at that. Looks
exactly. Oh, I was doing that for a while too.
I'm pushing it the wrong way. Here we go.
Like, what is he doing? It's muddy right now.
I have to go a little darker on the bottom just to cover up some construction lines I left. that didn't erase good. I'll have it go like dark to light.
That's
Actually,
how
it's
I
like
work.
mm, I was debating on filling in the hand area. I don't know if I should leave it white to color in some blue or.
You can bring that back though, right? Oh, you don't have a blue Posca marker then, I'm assuming. No
Yeah,
acrylic?
yeah, I do. Got a couple. Um,
If you guys are watching me, I got my little weird ways of doing things. So it doesn't look like I'm doing anything. I'm just putting a bunch of splotch down. My little blending technique. Then we're going to get a little darker with the reds. Nope, not dark enough. Ooh, that is really dark. How's it going, Naman? Are you doing? Everybody's
I
kind
don't
of quiet
know.
right now.
I'm trying to make something out of this, but I cannot make anything out of it. I messed up, but it's okay.
That's yeah. It's fine. It's part of the.
part of learning. Yeah.
When you're doing this.
It's a rose. That's not what I need.
Okay. Let's get his face in there.
Where's the image? All right, I'm gonna do another one. Hmm.
What colors are Magneto's eyes, anyways? You guys know?
I think blue.
Steel. His color is must be gray. Steel gray.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gray or something. I forget. So I am going in and darken the inside a little bit because I want to.
I'm gonna try this pose, maybe with the better hand.
Still trying to figure out the pose. That's why you do
Trying to get
thumbnails.
trying to get a better hand.
This is darker.
So I'm just showing you guys what it looks like. Okay, so this is what that looks like. It's very muddy. It's very, okay. So there's a few things we can do. We can start bringing the black back in. So I'm just letting things like settle. Normally I would let that dry and all that stuff. So we'll go back and we'll do some more marker stuff. But ideally, we want to go darker in certain areas because of the, but see how like if I go dark, right? So I'm going to hold off on going dark first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do that with the brush pen, right? Or take, anything with a brush pen like this. So what I can do now with the brush pen is the reason why I like working with like something like this is I can rotate it. Okay. So this is what we're doing with the card. So I'm just inking now.
Time is it 11? I still got time. Oh, dang, I should have looked at a reference. Oh, I did it wrong. His hands are purple.
It's okay. You can still go over it. Put a little.
Yeah. Finish his helmet. Did I lose the lid? No, okay.
I do all the time. I grab the wrong marker and I think I grabbed the right one. And I always end up like, it's too pink. And I was like, oh, I can work with that.
I hear my dog.
See, we're going to.
Right about there, it should turn purple.
I'm going to throw him in the dark here for his face.
That's what I did. I just blacked out his eyes.
So you can see it slowly starts to. So we're forming the characters. I threw in some gray in here just in case, so I can leave some out. So, Rad, you do a lot of sketch cards too, or?
I have just started doing those for fun in October.
I find them a lot quicker to work with.
Yeah.
And then,
a little less stress. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it saves on supplies a lot too.
Yeah. And it gives you a chance to experiment. That's what I find.
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. My Magneto kind of looks like he's floating in the ether. I'm going to have to add a waist somewhere along the line here.
Stuff in front of it. Throw some stuff in front of him.
I was trying to, but I'll show you.
You know what I mean? Like just
see what I'm saying? Like it. He kind of looks like he's floating.
Isn't he supposed to float? That's a good thing, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
So this is what I got so far, right? So a lot of it is like after what you get, what you needed, then you start going in with it and you start bringing stuff back.
Oh, he's got a purple waist and pants. Oh. That is actually good. I can just finish it off in purple.
Now his hand is too small. Too big.
You know, I wanted to make my hand a little bigger too, just so it looked like it was popping out further, but oh well.
Take a little bit of the red I had, the pink, throw that over the white. Okay. So, do we do the magnet? Do we do the thing with that? Do we do, bring a lot of little things back in? What did I do with my pasta?
That's gonna be a color mistake, I think.
Where the effects thing comes in. Kirby. He's in the back room there.
Hey, Kirby, how are you?
Hey, hello. What's up, guys?
What's up, bud?
Pencil. Jump in.
Okay,
Fun.
let's fire up.
Do a
What's
little-
today's prompt?
We're doing Magneto.
All right.
Magneto, I know you're digital, so you don't have to do cars. We're doing
Yeah.
cars.
Okay.
So, are you done your book,
I'll try
there,
and draw
Kirby?
something. What's that?
Are you done?
Done?
Like
Oh,
90% now?
Heavens no. Heavens no.
You guys got to check out Kirby's artwork there. He does some fantastic rendering, all digital, of course. He's got a 300-page manga, and he's 50% there.
Yeah. 50%. Drawing it little by little.
Little by
Panel
little.
by
Yeah.
panel.
Yeah. I get you.
Let's see. Where
I know how that is.
this
I was
one?
I spent 2 days on a cover. I was like, oh shoot, I forgot all about that. It was supposed to be Joan of Arc, Anubis. The book is called Anubis Prophecy. I think it's issue 4. A friend of mine, I've been promising him a cover for a long time because I see him at the con all the time. So you can see it on my Instagram there. I start rendering it in black and white and slowly add colors and stuff like that. So we spent a couple days just going through trying to figure out what do you call it? What the color scheme would be.
Color theory, yeah.
Let's see here. Let's see what Magneto looks like.
He's got a helmet. He's always angry. I guess all X-Men villains are always angry.
They need to chill a little bit, huh?
Not a good way to do that. I'm just gonna have to do quick line. Oh, of course.
Yeah. I'm doing this acrylic subtle dry brush.
Oh, I'm gonna have to probably leave. My dog wants me to take him out, and I gotta get ready for work.
No worries.
But I did get pretty far.
Show us what you got, bud, so far.
Okay. There it goes.
Oh, nice.
Whoa, look at that one.
That's really good.
Good job.
Nice. Yeah.
Good job, bud.
Cut it out.
Thanks for jumping in, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
Oh no, you're welcome to come back every Wednesday, man. 9:30.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
It'll be fun. So I'm just using I'm just going over with fluid acrylic right now, and I'm just going over the area slowly with a dry brush, and I'm layering on the white so it looks like
Cool.
he's, right.
Cool.
So it's unless I had the background a little darker, then you would see a little bit more, but it takes time. So I'm doing this
Oh.
half circle.
Hey, look, can you continue the show? You got the administration, right? So
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right.
yeah, you could stay long as you want, but I have to go.
Oh, okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah. That's fine. That's
Hey,
fine. Thanks, Naman.
Yeah.
Get
Oh,
better, man.
Let
Recuperate.
me. Here's my my
Yeah. Show
spread.
your.
So
So you. Oh man, you punched out a whole whack of
That's
them.
good.
Yeah.
I try to find what the octopus, but I couldn't get it there.
This one looks really good.
Yeah.
This one looks really good. Yeah.
Yeah, you get better, right, Naman? Everyone is a little.
The hands are freaking so small.
Yeah.
I need a lot bigger hand.
So
Anyway.
what we can do next time, Naman, if you want to do some ink wash? You want me to teach you how to do some ink wash?
Sure.
For the next time.
Do some ink wash.
An ink wash is
Yeah,
basically use your pen, and we'll dip it into a little bit of water. So what you need is a brush. So try to see if you can get a brush.
I don't know. You can you guys tell that my previous work is a little more. My hands are a little more steadier.
Yes. Right. It's a different, right?
Yeah,
So
my hands are a lot steadier before the stroke, but
yeah,
yeah, but that's okay.
it's improved. But no, I mean
It's just
that's
getting
the
there,
reason why we're doing this, Nauman. That's the reason I want to do this. So you have more control, right?
right?
And I'll teach you some techniques and stuff like that too. So next time, if you get a brush, like some sort of pointy long brush, right? This is
Mhm,
a more of a watercolor brush, right? The
mhm.
reason for it, it retains a lot of water. You can put a lot of water in it, and all you need is a little bit of ink at the tip,
Yeah, I got some. I got some water brush.
right?
I want to play with. Okay. Oh
Yep.
my eyes are tearing up right now. I'm
Yeah.
not crying. Okay, I'm not crying. My
No
eyes
worries.
start, so I'm crying. But
Okay.
no, that's not. My water tears when I stay up too late, and and then
Yeah.
I have to go to bed. But Look, you have a full control of this,
Yep.
so
I have control. I have control.
you
No
have
worries.
control. So stay as long as you want. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All
Take
right.
it easy, Nauman.
Hey, sorry, Kirby. I wish we could do some more talk, but gotta go. All right.
All right. See you later, Nauman. Take
We'll
it
see you,
easy.
Kirby.
See
Happy
ya.
Wednesday.
See you, Log. With some. All right,
Chat with you
camcorder's
later, buddy.
here. Uh, Hero. Yeah. All right. See you guys.
Take care, Nauman. I'll
Go ahead and
chat
take
with you
this
later.
camera. Take this camera off.
I got control. No worries.
And I'm
We'll finish
leaving
this
the studio. All right. See you guys. Bye.
later, Nauman.
See ya, Norman.
So yeah, so I'm just using fluid acrylic, and I'm slowly layering the desired effect, so it gives it more of like a ring kind of thing like this, right? Yeah, it's hard to see right now, but then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of yellow
Oh.
for certain areas, or maybe throw in darken some of that part, like the purple, I guess. See what color we got. Let's see. There we go. How you been doing, Kirby?
Doing great. Doing great. Got the babies. Just doing the getting the schedule back.
Yeah, that's normally the cause of stuff. It's just trying to get the schedule back. Right. Darken some of that and put some lights back in. Ooh, that is too dark. $140.
So Magneto has something on his helmet. What is this?
It looks like a Star Wars Republic insignia. It's like a little leaf. It's like a fork,
Okay.
depending how you want to put it, right? Some people,
Yeah, I'm looking at all these references, trying to figure out what this
yeah.
thing is.
Sometimes he has it, sometimes he doesn't. The whole bit. I'm afraid if I throw this in, it's gonna be really dark. Yeah, it's gonna be dark. Okay. Give him a little bit. I forgot about the purple. Yeah, we're really, really dark now. There we go. So if you're working with markers and stuff like that, you got to be very fast. Let the ink dries and as it drops in. There we go. I'm using this light purple as I add to it. I'm starting to darken certain section. So I think it's too dark in that space, but we'll bring some of that back. Nothing you can't do but fix paint. Where's my red? So I need a little sharp brush. So I'm painting some of this back. A lot of this down here you're not going to see anyway, so. There we go. Yeah, it's about like all we're doing is later I'm gonna come in here and I'm just gonna do some more like black specks as if it's normally I could just get some black ink and just toss that in there. So I'm gonna clean this up a little bit with a little bit of yellow.
All right.
I like using the acrylic because of the see how bright the color becomes. I didn't let the acrylic dry enough in that spot. There we go. A little bit more yellow. Causing streaks. There we go. So right? So we just got to do a little bit more of a little dot here, and you just pull it out. So I'm using my finger just to brush it out of the way. Maybe we'll do some little bit of white. Give the line a little bit more of a... And this is more like lightning than anything else, but hey. Maybe he's causing static. Okay. So after I'm done, let's say I'm going to call this done.
Uh-huh.
So, oh, that looks nice. That actually, I like that pose. That's a good pose. Like there's something like he's, he's summoning something up.
Yeah, we can.
You know what I mean? Like that's what it feels like. He's like he's concentrating and summoning some stuff up. Yeah, you got your skill from doing a lot of manga. A lot of like that's how you go about doing it, right? All right.
Oh, I'm pretty new to manga. I have to what's it called? Tone down my realism. After I draw something, I have
Yeah.
to go back and
Yeah.
redo a lot of the to try to catch that anime look.
Yeah. I a lot of my process is I start with a rough sketch, just really rough, like rough outline. Then if I'm doing digital, I just go in and I just paint in gray. I just do my blotch of black or 70% gray. Then I start forming the shapes. That's how I go about doing it. So, okay. So this is my kind of like almost last step. So this is my airbrush. So
yeah,
that's what you're going to hear. So this is Liquitech varnish. So it's a satin varnish. So what I do is this is the varnish I use. It's a satin varnish. So it's not too glossy. It's not matte. It is it's almost like a clear coat. Now, the reason why I put this on is when Liquitex, when acrylic dries, see it's plastic, right? So what I'm doing is I'm protecting the surface, right? I could have went in and used a color pencil and darkened some stuff, put some textures and stuff like that. So for example, if I go in and let's see, let me put the airbrush aside first. Find where is my, here we go. Here's some black, right? So if I go in, I can actually do like this, create, like use that as a texture, right? For the helmet, for example. I could have went in and create some texture, some shadows or whatever it is that I want to do, right?
Yeah.
So that's the idea. So what happens is if you send this card out, things will rub off and stuff like that. So, that's why it's mixed media. You can use anything you want, color pencils and stuff. Then most people would seal that with some sort of Chiron or like fixative, right? I don't like using that because this stuff is flammable, it's poisonous, and it tends to explode, right? Around sparks and stuff, right? So I don't like using this because it really stinks up a room. So my workaround when I'm working in the winter here in Canada is I have a spare bathroom. I put everything in a box, and I would spray that and turn on the bathroom fan, and I close the door. Right, that's what I do, and leave, and let it sit for like 4 or 5 hours or something like that. Right, and that's how I go about doing that. But it's a pain in the butt. So I found this to be varnish to be a lot better. Right, a lot of the time the painter is you just pour this on and you just use a brush. Right, but I don't like using the brush because it causes when it dries, you see the brush strokes. Right, so I take this and an airbrush, a large nozzle, right? Pop that, pour some in here, and as you guys can see, right, I'm just gonna spray it. So the noise from the airbrush, so excuse me, guys. So I'm spraying it. You can see the gloss going on. There we go.
Oh,
So now it's coated. And what it does is the varnish itself soak into the paper, and it brings out the black, and it brings out all the colors, and it preserves all the colors. That's what this varnish is, right? That's what this stuff is for, right? It's non-removable. And the keyword is archival. It's kind of small here. So that way all this, right? My labels will eventually fade over time because it's an inkjet printer, but the card itself won't fade because it's archival. That's what the ink is for, right? Like that. Well, it will fade over, I don't know, a lot longer time than normally does, right? So then I just take, let me see if I can give this a little quick hair dry here. There you go. So as you can see, the card starts to bulk, right? But that's why you leave it taped. And eventually when it naturally becomes dry, it stays flat because of the plastic, right? That's what that is. And what I do after that is I would trim it. So you're looking at something like that. So that's what the final card would look like, right? That's why I paint around the edges and stuff like that. Yeah. Kirby does some really nice poses when he does that. It's very powerful. Right? So there you go. So that's how I go about creating a sketch card, right? That's my sketch cards. But if I'm drawing on an existing sketch card, that's you know, I have a template for that. Let's see. So I created a little stencil for myself where if I have a sketch card by Upper Deck or whatever, right? So the sketch card would just fit directly right into this. So all it is it's just comic book backboards that I cut. And that way I can just leave it like this and it kind of fits nice and snug. I can draw, I can paint on it, right? So without actually putting glue on it, and I just, tap it and comes off, or just put a little bit of ticky tack right there to hold it in place. So that's what you're looking at. if you notice, like all the paints and the stuff I do around the edge, right? So this is how I go about working on a sketch card. So I have like a stack of these, and I do all my poses. So I do my rough sketches, my poses, and I go in my microns, all of them all at the same time. Then I start coloring one at a time, one at a time, right? Then the acrylic would go on last, because if I'm going to use all yellow, I'm just going to make sure I get all the yellows in place, because the acrylic dries really quickly. It's not the same thing as working in watercolor. But yeah, that's how I go about doing my sketch card, guys. So, and let me show you. So I bought these slabs online, right? That one's a little dirty, so I just gotta wipe that off. So the slabs themselves comes like this. So you just gotta get your fingernails right in here. Give it a twist. It'll come off. There we go. Like that. Okay. So that's what these slabs are for. Then, you know, I would make my cards, my label. It goes in something like this. Take my cut card, put that in here. Then all you need is a little bit of glue, but I don't use glue. I use UV resin. The reason for it is once you put the glue on, it's what do you call it? The glue, like if you put permanent glue on here, it's almost impossible. You got to break the case. But with UV resin, what that allows you to do is you can crack it open and just peel off the UV resin, and that would be fine. And you can put it in your own case or whatever you want to do. Because I didn't want mine to be permanent. And what you do is I put a little dab at each corner. Then you need a UV flashlight. So this is what it looks like. And you would shine it at a corner for 30 seconds each, holding it down, and it'll harden, right? Like any UV.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's my technique. That's my technique for creating a my own custom slab, what you see here. So the other thing too is the best part of using something like UV resin is it doesn't dry until you shine a UV light on it. So you can still, if you decided to, because you're doing your own hand pick here, and everything kind of slides, right? Like you're like, damn it, and you put crazy glue, right? You got to open it up real quick, right? Or move it around. But here, at least I can see how that slid over one side. It's like, damn it. So as you put the UV resin in, you can actually readjust this as you need it to. Right? It's a pain in the butt, but the UV resin it doesn't harden until you shine a UV light on it. So there we go. So that's what, right? And I would take a UV, because I would put a dab in each one, then I would turn that on and it would light up like that and hold it for about 30 seconds each end. Right? You can get these little UV light for a couple bucks on Amazon and stuff. They shouldn't cost you much. This will cost you around about $5 for I think an 8-ounce bottle. I forget how much, 100 grams. So I forget how many ounces. It's a really small amount, right? $5-6, right? But it will last you a long time. So this is what you're looking at. So when the case is closed, I have bags that I put them in, right? So these are the bags I put them in. So they're resealable, so you can come right off. Like that. So if you look carefully, you can actually see the resin right there. If you put your nails in here, you can actually crack it open and pull the resin off and put new pieces on. right? But the case is pretty strong, so it's pretty good, right? You can hear the crackling, but so this is how you go about sealing. I had these original sticker made with the hologram on it, so just for the heck of it, just to add that little touch. So it's 101. So yeah, that's how you go about doing a sketch card, folks. So yeah, this is my process. So again, anybody's joining the stream, whoever, thank you for doing the comic for curing cancer. If you guys bid for stuff on me, I had about 19 commissions, so they're all done.
Nice.
I will be mailing all these out once we have a postal strike here in Canada, so nothing's moving right now. And FedEx and UPS isn't taking on any new stuff until after the holiday because they're swamped because the postal strike here, and everybody's relying on UPS and FedEx, but they can't handle the volume, the sheer amount of volume, and right. So yeah, so this is gonna go. I'll go out to Rob Fat Stack, Slab, Rock Fats, yeah, and Rob will distribute all this and mail it out from the US. So right after Christmas. So if you guys are in Australia or in UK waiting for your cards, they are coming. They're all done, right? I just gotta take them to the post office and right. So that's just a heads up. So as you can see, there we go. This is how I go about doing my card, right? Just gonna leave that in here for next time I do a demo, so you guys can see. So yeah, so see as the card dries, it's starting to flatten. So what I do with that is it's just basically a lot of the time if you're using acrylic on this, if you're gonna peel it off, you're gonna sometimes when you dry it, the acrylic hardens and it becomes a plastic sheet, and you end up peeling the artwork too. So a good tip is get yourself a sharp cutting blade and a straight edge ruler, and just follow where the tape line is. Just quickly score it. So for example, I'm just going to run a line through it so you can see. Like that. I know my process is a little much, but I want to be able to give quality to anybody who purchased stuff from me as a collector. So I want to make sure that you guys get archival stuff that will last a long time if you sell it, resell it on eBay and stuff like that, and it's going to be handled. So what you do is when you peel that, see, I did a real quick score. You can actually, the best tip is pull it and keep it flat as possible. See that? So you don't rip up the artwork. So I end up with like so keep the tape flat. See? Keeping it flat. It has that shine, and that is from the acrylic. Oops. That reminds me, I got to put some cleaning solvent into my brush. Otherwise, I have to start scrubbing this all over again. So now you have that, right? So I just did a little bit of see the acrylic paint. You can see, and I use a bit of the yellow and the purple and everything, kind of like once everything dries, the color starts to, the yellow becomes really, really like vibrant, and the smudging and all that stuff becomes like a part of the light, like that. right? Then you pretty much take a pen and you sign the back and give it a date, 2024 12. Today is the 11th. It's a 1 of 1, and it is Magneto. Spelling error, but so then what you do is you take a guillotine and you cut that down to size. So I got one of these here. So I'm just gonna do this on my chair while you guys are there. So I'm just cutting. So all I'm doing is I'm just taking about 1/4 of an inch off around the edge. So that's one. That's 2 pieces. Like that. And 2.5. So there you go. That is the final size. Nice clean edge. 1/4 of an inch off each side. Right? Like that. Here, let me show you. I don't have the Magneto label, so I'll just use the Venom label as an example. What it looks like. That's the old card. So I take this. So it fits nicely. That's somewhat centered. You know, I would put dab, 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 dab. Then I just place it on top. Make sure nothing move. Right? And press down. Right? And that will be so that's the final. All in-house, yeah. So I get these Corbin, if you're interested in making some of these, let me know. I get these from a Chinese website called Temu, Temu. And I bought different sizes and stuff, but these are my favorite. These are the perfect size that I like. I don't know if they still have any more, but I think you can get about 100 for like $80 or something like. Well, it cost me $100 Canadian for 100. So I'm sure in the US it's a lot less. So if you're interested, let me know, and I'll just DM me on Instagram, and I'll send you the link. But yeah, so this is oh, hello, Sleepy Reader. How you doing tonight? So we went through my process of creating a sketch card, right? So yeah, so even though it says Venom here, this is an example, right? So I would put like what do you call it? UV resin on each corner. And once I get everything all in shape here, right, I notice see. So I can lift it a little bit, have the label shift, right? I got to come up with, I'm going to have to trim that a little bit more. But then once I get everything all nice and even and tight like that, I would take my UV light, right? And I would turn it on and shine on the corner where I put the dab of UV resin. And that will harden. Give it about 30 seconds each side like this, and flip it over, and again 30 second. And everything's all sealed like this. Get a bag of some sort. So I have these these bags that fits the PSA slabs, I guess they're called, right? Because the PSA guys, they use a sonic welder. So you have this welding device, like it's like a press, and it uses sonic wave to melt the plastic to seal the whole thing in. So you have to really crack the thing, break the plastic to get to the artwork, But here, I want to give anybody who purchased my stuff commission from me. They get their cards, right? It's 101. And if you want to take it out and put it in a bag, you're welcome to, or keep it in a slab and put it up for display. It's up to you guys, right? So that's how I go about creating my own in-house. Before, I was just loading a lot of these cards in a top loader and calling it a day. But, you know, I want to give you value as when you guys are collecting stuff. I want to give value to the product, you know.
Right.
Like that, right? Like Kirby, you know that, right? So anytime you...
I do not. You are the professional. I just draw cave sketches and nasty stuff on bathroom walls and stuff. Yeah, I don't.
You know, like if
know
you
any
were
of
to
this.
buy an original artwork, I think you want to be presentable. You want it, you know, all kind of stuff, right? So I make sure my packaging comes out a little nicer, so it gives you that value, you know. All right. So this is what, see, that's what we're. So you know, like you can see all the little textures and stuff like that. Let me pull it out of the plastic so you can actually see it. There we go. So there, right?
Uh-huh.
So when you saw it, it was really muddy. I did everything at the beginning. Then I usually bring the black in last. That's the last step for a lot of the stuff. Then for any of the effects and stuff, it's just acrylic. I use acrylic paint. I use whatever I can. A lot of it is to get the bright yellow, to get the color to pop and stuff. I use a little bit of acrylic. And you can see how I did see that little shine there. And that's just acrylic, and I'm just using my finger to brush, right, to cause that little bit of... so it looks like there's depth to the character. So ideally, when you want to do these kind of things, you want to give it like some color spaces and things that you can actually see, right? It looks like there's a lot of texture, but if you look carefully, my marker lines, it's very sparse and in between. And everything else I bring back with just basically, so you can see the lines, the yellows, right? A little bit of the white there. There you go. You can see. So I'm using the color as the play for your eyes, right? Everybody likes the red. Here's Ahsoka. This is one of my favorite. I got a... That's the thing with this one is I have a whole set of Star Wars cards I got to finish.
Uh-huh.
So that is going out to Tops. So I'm doing the Tops 2025 Star Wars. Right. So it'll be released in the 2025. I don't know when. I know it's due February 18th, I believe. Just 2 weeks. Yeah. My daughter would be, holy smokes, she'll be 11. Damn. All right. So around that time. But yeah, these, I'm going to have to do a bunch of these Star Wars stuff. So that's the next thing, right? So I have a list of, my brother-in-law is a big Star Wars fan. I mentioned that I'm drawing Star Wars, and he went, so it's this Kyle. Kyle's list, so General Grievous, Jango Fett or Boba Fett, Old Armor, Stormtrooper, Shadow Troopers, Silas B. Crumb. That's the guy from, I found that out from Jabba the Hutt, the little creature that sits next to him.
Yeah.
The Jawas, right? Bounty Hunter, some Bounty Hunter, Dengar, Boss, IG88. I thought it was Instagram 88, but it's that silver robot, right? Zeus and 4Elm4. I gotta look these guys up. But he gave me as a reference.
Oh, that's cool.
Mando, right?
Yeah.
He's like, don't crack the box. I said, I gotta crack the box. So I cracked the box.
Uh-oh.
He's a hardcore collector. let's see. Death Gunner, Tide Fighter Pilots, Magna Guard, Revenge of Sith, Mace Windu, purple lightsaber, Attack of the Clones. See? I mean, he's very specific. Purple.
Oh yeah, they're supposed to have different colors and was it shape too?
Yeah.
Like I think
See, the thing is, I would not have known that. I would have
Uh-huh.
done like a blue lightsaber or something like that.
I see.
And it was just, and it would get rejected because it doesn't match canon, right? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's the thing. So I told him like it's got to be like, Grand Moff Tarkin.
So
right?
some of them have unstable crystals. So the saber, well, mainly the bad guys, I think, do
Right.
that. They have like this instead
Flaming
of yeah, like almost like a crackling,
Yeah.
flaming look. Yeah,
I
to
love
their
the bad
sabers.
guys, right?
Yeah.
Biker Scout Trooper, RTJ. Oh my god. Cad Bane, Book of Boba, Cobb Vant, or I think it's Vant, Mandalorian. Jessica New, Cassandra, Book of Boba, Moff Gideon, the helmet. So he's giving me like the Death Star, finish or unfinished. I definitely got to do the Death Star. I told him as a joke, I was gonna like, hey, I have 40 blanks of Star Wars top sketch card here, guys.
Huh?
Yeah, thank you. The what do you call it? I was gonna draw like all Jar Jar Binks just to piss off the Star Wars guys.
Oh,
Right. So yeah, here's another one. There we go. So that is Naman's name on the back there. So he wanted a samurai one. There, right? So I did what's her name there? Dr. Alfra. So I got to do a whack of these, right? Then, Rogue and Gambit, Elvira with some cleavage, another Iron Samurai. So these are all leaving after the Christmas holiday. They're going out. Hopefully by that time the postal strike is over, so it doesn't cost us much to ship these down to the States, and they'll be distributed out. So that's what you're looking at. Catwoman. It's just basically, I don't have a lot of space on this, and you kind of come up with ways to cheat the system, right? So if you notice the card starting to bend a little bit, so I'm gonna have to press it flat. But the cards itself, because the acrylic is drying, so this has a varnish on it, so I don't have to worry about it being scuffed or damaged anymore. Yeah. So the card itself is so that's why I do this is, I laminate two pieces of card together using a glue stick. So that's laminate. So instead of the single card like most of the sketch cards that everybody gets, like this, I take two pieces. I use a glue stick, and I literally glue it together, and I press it together between a book or a clamp or whatever it is that you want to do. Then once it's dry, it becomes hard, right? As you can see, I can put as much marker as I want on it, and it won't seep through compared to if you did it with one. So this is how I made it with a postcard, right? So I would cut that down the middle, right? And you would fold that in half. So see, when you use alcohol marker, it tends to bleed through. But with a secondary card in its way, you have absorbent, right? The card feels twisted when the glue is dry, but once you paint on it, everything's kind of flattens. So it's good. This here I didn't press together, but I'll show you what happens when you press it together. So card's pretty stiff. That's what it looks like. So a lot of my cards are oversized. See, you can see I have these little trim markers that I cut my stuff on. So anything within this space here is what they call a safe space. So I have to draw in that space. So you can see. There we go. You can see the edges right there. So my drawing is in that space. That's why I tape my stuff down. I usually tape right up to this blue line. So when I cut it, anything beyond that is gets excess. And that's it. So you're seeing how I do a sketch card. So anybody could do the sketch cards themselves. If you got your own at-home stuff, it's pretty good. As an artist anyways, it's great ways to raise money. And it's also, when you do a series of sketch cards, it's a lot of, what do you call it? You can do a bunch of these without using up a lot of material, especially the alcohol markers, right? So if you have alcohol markers, Poscas and stuff like that, you have it. Also, it's a really nice teaching moment where you kind of trying to fill in this space and make it look interesting. How many sketch cards does Top commissions you? For next year, I only asked, so they gave you, like, they gave me instructions, right? And they asked me how many do I want to start. And I asked for 40 to begin with. So, right? Some people do 60s and stuff. I usually do 40 right now for the first set. I'm hoping to get other sets, right? The reason for it is I don't just draw for Tops. I draw for Upper Deck and Dynamite for the Transformers stuff. So I have 40 sketch cards and 40 Marvel cards or DC cards, then 40, Transformer cards. So my schedule is pretty full, and I try to punch them out as much as I can. On occasions, I will do like they'll ask me to do special edition cards. Let's see if I can find those. I forget the special edition ones. Let's see. Spider Man. See if I can find those. Nope. There we go. So on occasion, like, this is a dual card set, right? That is being released in. So there we go. This is the photo I took. So this is a 2 cards that are folded down the center. And they usually ask me to do a special edition kind of cards. So this is an original card, hand painted and all that stuff. So what they do is they fold it in half. They put it in a deck, and whoever pulls it will get the card, right? So those are the kind of stuff. And this set is coming out on. Oh, how many cards do I do in a year, dude? 40 every. Last year I did. I started in April, or no, January of last year, and I did 60, 100, 200, 200 to 200. There was another set. Let's see. Then what's the other one? Almost 300, I think. Almost 300, I believe. There's the my hand with the Spider-Man stuff. So yeah, it goes back in a box, something like this, right? So you'll see it. That's coming out on the 27th. Oh, here's the other one. Wait, let me find the other one.
This is the first time I drew Magneto.
Nice. Look at that. You got to have the cape in the back, right? The cape's got to be like really flashing and stuff like that. So this card is like, it's a dual card also. So I got Mary Jane falling, or somebody's falling, right? And Doc Ock, right? And he's falling between the stuff. Yeah, those are the... Nice, dude. That looks really good. No, it's it's you draw enough of it, dude. I think back in the day when Google Plus was a thing. Remember Google Plus? It was supposed to be a social network. I forgot what year that was.
Yeah, I think.
Do you remember?
I think I remember it.
Kirby?
I think I remember it. I think I had an account, but it was to talk to my relatives, I think.
Yeah. So I had a Google Plus account, and I amassed about 170, 180,000 followers at the time. It was massive. I had a huge. I was drawing every day on 4x6 sketch cards. So I was doing like sketch cards, and I did about over 1,000. I forget for how many years. Yeah. I did 1,000. The reason for I did 1,000 was it was because I wanted to learn to do marker techniques, because I bought Copic, right? And they were expensive. I mean, these guys were $6 at the time. Well, no, they were $3 something a piece at the time, back in the days. Now they're $6. They're double the amount, right? That's here Canadian anyways. Because I thought Copic was the thing, and I bought like a ton of it, thousands of dollars worth, which is not very much. Really, right? Then I found these other alcohol markers later on, like Uhulu and Uhu. There we go. Right. Then I found other cheaper ones that were from Amazon. They're Chinese knockoff, but they do the trick, right? They're alcohol. That's the yeah, Kirby's doing new things.
What's that? What happened?
Corbin, I got Kirby doing new things.
Oh. Yeah, I never do. I don't really draw superheroes.
Yeah, but you draw it very well, my friend. You do draw it very well.
Yeah, I looked up the references, and then I was like, I see him like floating around in a bubble a lot.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, he's got the semi crucified pose.
Yep.
Just make him look powerful.
Yep.
And I'll do that. I pick that. So
you got to put like you got to do like particles, right? Like things floating around him, because he's magnetic, right? That's the whole thing. Right. Okay. So that gives it more like a depth. You know what I mean? Like that, and it also, you can do the stuff with the cape where it gives it an action line too, right? Like just like something blown against him or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's put that on a different layer.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so there's my little process. Whew. Normally right now I would be like streaming on Whatnot and selling the stuff, but due to the mail strike, I can't sell anything because nothing can leave Canada anyway. So a lot of my sales usually go in the US. Right here, let me I was doing what was I doing? some of the older Batman stuff. I got to make sure I don't mix these up. So Penguin, there we go. Bane, that's still one of my favorite. Hellboy, Chainsaw Man. So what's her name there? I love doing these because they're just a lot of the splatters and stuff, right? I think I did One Punch Man. I did a bunch of other ones too. Oh, I noticed I bought different card stack type. So yeah, let's see. Do I have it? Let's see if I can get to Areola is doing oops. There we go. I was doing let's see, share screen. Gotta make sure that oops, StreamYard can see it. There we go. All right. So I don't know why I had so many. So I usually start a lot of my digital like this, like a rough sketch, right? So then
I saw this post. Yeah, this is cool.
Then I go in and I do like a black and white comp version of it. Then as I go through, I start refining and removing, rejigging stuff. I didn't like the way I did the arm because I didn't know what to do with the arm here. So see how that, right? So I just do like a black and white, a rough kind of stuff. Then eventually I get to a point where I start like, it's like painting, right? It's like what we do. I'm just painting in value. That's all I'm doing is creating the face, and I'm slowly refining the piece. As you can see, I start going in and do all the like little detail here and there, putting stuff in. Then eventually it should be something like, so I try different color tones, right, for my moods and the backs and stuff like that. So that's what we're looking at when we're like when I'm doing these color settings and stuff like that. So I paint in values, right? And the color layer I throw on top. The value itself gives me like enough room for depth, and I soften edges and stuff like that just to give it more detail. This is my painterly style that I do when I'm doing so this will be for a book. This should be for a book. Do I have anything for final? Yeah. StreamYard. There we go. And I will remove. There we go. Like that. Right. So yeah, where is the final piece? Do I have a final piece? I'll show you the so I gave the creator the final piece, my Photoshop file, all the elements. So there you go. So that's what the final piece looks like. Well, the glass isn't giving you enough. Yeah. So everything's a little softer. Everything it should be a little bit darker and stuff like that. Right. So yeah. Nice, Kirby.
Thank you.
I'm going to. There we go. Make you big.
All right. While while shading his package.
I just picked up some Prismacolor pencils and stuff like that too.
Go Magneto. So the reference shows that he has one giant belt
Yeah.
and then kind of like a grandma pants type undies. So we're gonna go ahead and do the giant band attached to some high undies right here. The undies remind me of the He-Man style, right?
Yeah.
Back in
Yeah.
the day.
Yeah. You can give him like this like thick belt kind of thing that looks like what he's wearing as a cape too. You can do that. He's kind of like a big wrestler, you know, like diapers or something like that, right? And you
Yeah.
can't go wrong with Magneto. He's supposed to like build his costume out of like iron oxide or something like that from the ground, right? His costume's supposed to come out from being magnetic. That's the concept, anyways. 163. Where did I pull this marker from? 150. I messed up. 131, 35, 30 something. 163. It's all about organizing. I'm going to clean my airbrush. So if you guys hear anything funny, that's because the airbrush tank is running in the background here. So
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't want it to dry. There we go. That looks good.
Thank you.
How long you been drawing, Kirby?
All my life I've been drawing, but this
you're like me.
what's it called? I don't know what to call it. The cartoon comic book mangas stuff.
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, I just started a little while ago.
Have you taken courses or anything like that, or just self-taught?
Yeah, self-taught.
Self-taught?
Never. Yeah, I joined the military when I was 17, so I never got to go to school for anything.
Right. Oh.
None of the colleges or whatnot. When I got out, I took all my money. I just poured it into getting licenses and going through the fire academy.
Right.
Yeah. Went to medic school, EMT and medic school, and then fire academy. That's it.
Man.
Never thought I'd be drawn for anything.
Yeah, like my background is I'm Vietnamese. So we came to Canada 1978, 79 around there, and I was like 6, 7 years old at the time. So I kind of grew up in Canada. So That's the only thing I knew. My Vietnamese is horrible because of that. All my friends. I grew up in a small town north of in North Ontario here, the province, and hockey, snow, that kind of stuff. Road hockey in the summer, rugby, that kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much grew up as a white kid, right?
Uh-huh.
In a farm
That's
town
right.
kind of thing north of here. Worked on farms and constructions and stuff. But yeah, I wanted to be an artist. My parents wouldn't let me. So, I was good at drawing, and the idea was I was supposed to go to university here in Toronto. And the idea was in the 89 or so I graduated, and I was supposed to go to 89 or 87, I forget. I was supposed to go to a university to become an architect. And because my dad owned construction, he's a stonemason, right?
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
So the idea was I was supposed to design houses and he would build them, right? And it would be like a family business kind of thing. Oh man, I hated architectural school.
What?
I didn't get to draw. The first year it's always like lectures and theories and studies of, Frank Lloyd Wright and these, greats, right?
Uh-huh.
And I just got bored. I didn't like it. Then I happened to, on my way home, walk by this college down the street. It's just an art college. I literally had a sketchbook that I've been just drawing of, people on the train. I drew comic book characters. I drew anatomy study. I drew all this other stuff. And I walked in, applied, got in, dropped out of the university. Didn't tell my parents until they came by and visit about 3-4 months later.
Uh-huh.
Found out I wasn't going to architect. They said, we're not paying for you to be an artist. So yeah, I had to drop out because I didn't like it. So I ended up working the summer with my dad on constructions and stuff. Then I happened to, in the States, there was a school called DeVry Institute of Technology.
Oh, yeah.
This is probably in the 1990 or something like that. And it was a new thing, right?
Uh-huh.
They were looking for engineers and stuff like that. And computers starting to become a thing. Photocopiers and pagers and those little things starting to pop up, right? Cell phone was still like the car battery that you carry around, right?
Uh-huh.
So I said, you know what? I'm good with math. I'll be an engineer like my parents says I'm going to be, right? I'll end up working at Hewlett Packard and fixing copiers or something like that. That was my thing, right? And I get to draw if I wanted to. So I went in, applied, got my electronic engineering, and it happens to be 1992, when the internet started to become a thing. The .com era. People were like building websites and making billions of dollars or millions. And I was hired by this tech company, and eventually I ended up working for this what you call it was like a subsidiary of Sony, and Sony was getting this company to design color monitors. So for everybody who's on the chat there, in the early 90s, computer monitors were not color. They were just single color. They were either green or orange or gray.
Oh, yeah. Like Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
That's what I remember, the game.
They were just single colors. So, and I got into that business for a while because I was learning how to develop colors and cathode ray tubes and stuff like that, how the color pigments applied and the light guns and all that stuff. I got bored because it was just not something I was expecting. On my way home, I happened to come by a company called DPS, and they were looking for people. I applied, didn't know what it was because it was a little bit closer to where I was living, and it was in some industrial complex. It was just like I thought it was like a photocopier place or something like that, right? And it paid way better. And I found out that they were inventing what they call a frame store. So these are predated video capture cards, right? So they were building it for this product called the Amiga computer. And did I stop sharing? Yeah. There we go. So yeah, and I ended up working on. They were using it for special effects. So yeah.
How long are you gonna go for?
Like, as long as you
because
want to stay on, because I'm pretty much
I
done.
just need to walk and pick up my daughter just right down the street. We live next to the school.
Why don't we I'm just gonna call it.
And
it's
yeah.
12 midnight here anyway. So
Okay.
Yeah, it looks great. It looks great.
Yeah. First, thank you. First Magneto.
Yes. Finish it, post it, and I'll make sure I'll reshare it for you guys.
It's all right.
No worries. Everybody give Kirby there a follow there on Instagram. There you can find him on his stuff. I don't have his or I think I have his Instagram. Right. Thanks, guys. Corbin, next time you can jump in.
Yes.
Thanks, guys. Like me. Have a good night. And yeah, if I don't next Wednesday, I'm gonna teach Naman. So anybody, we're gonna do some ink wash. So we'll do some ink wash, and I'll teach some techniques and stuff. If you guys want to join, we'll probably work on some sketch cards or something. Anyways, just to use ink wash for shadings and stuff like that. I think that's what Naman wants to learn. Okay. So we'll do that. So yeah, Wednesday 9:30 next Wednesday, and after that, I believe it's the Christmas holiday. So I don't know when Christmas lands. Where does Christmas land? Christmas lands on one of those dates. Oh wow, 25th. So that's the day after. So we'll see. But on the 18th, yeah. On the 18th next week, we'll do ink washes and stuff. Yeah. Hopefully you guys can join us. We'll put the link in the chat, and you guys can jump in, grab some brushes, get yourself some ink or watercolor, and we can try out some techniques. All right. So have a great one. And if I don't see you guys, happy holiday, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, you name it. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. So we're okay. All right. Thanks a lot, Kirby. I'm going to end the stream.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
Yeah. There we go. End stream.